Hey, I'm Rajan with Pulse 101.7. I am joined with Brett from Plugged In. Thank you so much for being here, Brett.
Yeah, thanks, Rajan. Thanks for having me.
I am excited because we're going to talk about something that I love, something that's near and dear to my heart, something that my family loves and is so important. Movies, man, movies. How'd you
That's
get into
right.
the movie business?
Yeah. Well, at least the movie review business, right?
Right.
It's funny because I work for Plugged In, right? I grew up actually using Plugged In as a teen, and so to be able to work for the Plugged In team now for Focus on the Family is a kick, man, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So like when did you get into that whole like realm of, my opinion matters? And like how you know where I'm going with it, but
Yeah,
like
yeah. I don't know if I'm still 100% there either, but yeah, it's just one of those things where I grew up, loving movies. Just like your family, my family loved movies, watched a ton of movies growing up, would talk about them, would quote them, right? That almost became kind of like a second shared language that we
yeah.
had in a way, right? We just throw back movie quotes for different situations that we encounter in our experiences in life. I'm sure you've had
Yes.
similar things like that as well. And so just going from that, continuing to love movies and different entertainment shows, video games, to being able to actually write reviews that people can find useful. It's a blessing. It's really a privilege to be able to.
It really is. And I know personally we use Plugged In our house. So thank you for the work that's being done.
Absolutely.
And along those lines, like, yo, there are a lot of new movies that are coming out. All right. Why is summer such a big opportunity and a big drop in release date, if you will, for movies? Like, why is that the time?
Yeah, I think it's just something that's developed over time, just kind of naturally, right? The demand increases in summer, I think in large part because families are looking for things to do together. School is out, there's a lot more downtime. Depending on where you live, it might be hot outside. So, what better way to beat the heat than slip into a movie theater and kill like 2 hours, right? Watching a movie, and then if it's a good movie, right, then you have that shared experience with your family as well. So I think Hollywood has just kind of picked up on that over time. They're like, "Hey, when we release these kinda wide audience blockbuster movies in summer, we really maximize kind of the profitability window." But
Yeah.
it's also made for a fun time for families. I remember, again, growing up, going to summer movies, when school was out. Just a fun experience for the whole family.
So when it comes to like families, which movies that are coming out are the ones that are, I don't know, the most comfortable that you think parents and families should get into?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll give you a few that maybe have just released and then
Okay,
a
yeah.
few that will be coming out that we think should be pretty safe for the most part. So, one that I'll mention, it came out 2 weeks ago now, I think, is The Breadwinner. So, The
Oh,
Breadwinner,
yeah.
yeah. So The Breadwinner stars Nate Bargatze, famously clean stand up comedian. And fortunately, that transfers over into the movie. The
Good.
movie's a PG rated family comedy. I reviewed it for Plugged In. Um, really silly, really fun. I would tell people, your mileage may vary depending on your tolerance for kind of the dumb dad
Mm,
trope.
okay,
Which
yeah.
is it's not dissimilar from how Nate presents himself in his comedy as well. So if you're
So
familiar,
it's consistent with that at least.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Even a lot of the movie, some elements of the movie actually draw from his stand up as well, situations and things. So it's like a cheaper by the dozen. Someone has brought up kind of Mr. Mom as a
Yeah.
comparison, that type of movie. And it's pretty safe. It's pretty silly, pretty fun, and it comes with some good messages about parenthood and even the importance of stay-at-home parents as well.
That's good. That's awesome. I've been seeing that more and more, that phrase SAMs, stay at home moms or SAPs, stay at home dad.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's crazy. Like, man, family is so important and being there and the quality time and how you approach that, it makes a difference because you're shaping people's lives. Primarily the ones that are in your home, but they go on, to shape other people's lives as well. So it's very, very important.
Absolutely, and it's a full-time job, which the movie
Yeah.
really hammers on, right? The importance of it and that it is a full-time job in and of itself. So, I'll give you one that, is coming out soon, next week, actually, Toy Story 5. So,
Yes.
uh, so I'm assuming you grew up with Toy Story 5, or you grew up with Toy Story like me? Yeah, Buzz Lightyear,
Buzz,
absolutely.
yeah.
Uh, Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Uh,
Come in,
yeah,
Star Command.
and
Come
so
in.
dude, it's crazy. It's crazy that we're on the fifth one
I
of these
know.
movies. It's nuts.
I almost feel like
Um,
I didn't see the 3rd and 4th, but I know I did. Like, I know I did. But I'm like,
yeah, I know.
"Whoa."
The first two really live in my head. That's
Yes.
what I watched the most growing up. The third one was very good too. Fourth one I'm a little fuzzy on. I'm like you though.
Right,
But
right.
the interesting thing about Toy Story 5, really, because I know for families, Disney can kind of come with a little bit of a caution flag for some families, just wondering, okay, what's the type of content that might be in this? Toy Story movies are generally pretty safe. Um, but it's the concept of Toy Story 5, which is the toys that we know and love, trying to help kind of save their child from the influence of screen time. So there you go. So
Yeah.
especially for Plugged In, it's like, did Plugged In, did one of our writers sneak off and write this movie? Like what's the deal here?
Right.
But so very interested in the topic. Obviously, there's been a lot more research on screen time, the effects. We're more aware of it as a society now. So to
Yeah.
see it being put in a big budget Pixar movie, which generally handles pretty complex topics very well for both adults and kids. I think it could be a really good movie and a really good touch point for families to maybe even kick off a conversation about screen time.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Have you seen it yet? Like, did you get, like, a sneak peek?
So I won't be seeing it, but we two of our reviewers are actually going to be seeing it this week, the
Okay.
advanced screening. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I'm
So
definitely looking forward to that review, definitely.
yeah, and we should have that written review up probably sometime next week in advance of the release of the movie, so people can be looking for that. Um, the last one I'll give you of a generally safe for families movie. We got a new Spider-Man movie coming out.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
They know. I'm telling you, the writers and the marketing that goes into this stuff, they know who they're targeting, right?
They do. They do. And so real quick, Rajan, who's your favorite Spider-Man? Do you like Tom Holland the best, or do you like Tobey Maguire, some of those guys in the past?
Honestly, I think my favorite Spider-Man might be Miles Morales.
Okay,
Like,
yes.
just
Those Into
just
the
for
Spider-Verse movies are great.
Spider-Verse stuff, yeah, but, like, if we're talking live action, I mean, I grew up with the Toby.
Me
I
too.
can't think of the second guy's name, but his Spider-Man was pretty convincing too. Like, it's a toss up really, but I think I'll go Toby for, my millennial background.
Sure, sure. I have that leaning as well, but I really do like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, just in terms of what the movie's going to be about, for those who don't remember, the last Spider-Man movie, essentially to boil it down, a magic spell caused everyone to forget who Peter Parker was, right?
yeah,
So now he's dealing with the fallout of that. He's still Spider-Man. He's still doing heroic stuff, but his personal life is uh, a little more of a downer, a little more of
yeah,
maybe the classic kind of Peter Parker. So it might be a little more of a somber story, but I think for teens on up, this is probably not a movie for little kids, but for teens on up, there's going to be plenty of web slinging action. Those Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man movies have been pretty strong. So generally, we think that they'll be safe for teens on up.
yeah. Now you've given us a lot of green flags, right? Movies that we should be able to feel safe about. What are those movies, if you know any, that you're like, your teens or your family might be interested in this, but maybe steer away from, or at least dig into before, just hitting the screen?
Yeah, well, I'll give you one that I just watched on Monday, and I wrote the review of yesterday, so it's fresh in my mind. Disclosure Day, the new Steven Spielberg movie.
Okay.
It comes out this week, the end of this week. So just by the fact of it's the new Spielberg movie, I think there's going to be a lot of attention around it. Um, One thing I was surprised because it kind of is, people have been calling it like a spiritual sequel to like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You know, Steven Spielberg, not no stranger to science fiction
Right.
alien
Yeah, that's
movies.
his bag.
That is. And so this is kind of in that vein of people trying to disclose hidden classified information that maybe the government is keeping from the wider world. So it has kind of that alien
Mhm.
extraterrestrial flavor to it. But the interesting thing with it, why I would give it the caution flag, is it really dives deep into spirituality and the sense of the question of if we found out aliens existed, what would that do to faith? And the movie takes some interesting perspectives. It tries to be somewhat balanced, but I think the perspective where it lands is a bit antithetical to what we would say a Christian worldview for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
So parents should just be aware if you're going into that with your teens, be prepared for some conversations, to have some
Right.
conversations. Our review will be coming out probably today on pluggedin.com. So if you want to get a heads up on what's in there and prepare yourself for some of those talking points, that would be something that I would suggest. Um, in addition to that, another one that I'll just throw out there, Supergirl, another
Okay, yeah.
superhero movie.
Yeah, I
We got
just saw the trailer for that. I was like, "Oh,
yes,
whoa, yeah." Now I
yes.
don't know if that's connected with like this. Didn't they have like a series or something in the background or
Well, so this is connected with the Superman movie that we got last
okay,
summer. So that's where it's drawing from. In fact, Supergirl actually made a cameo in that
in that
movie
movie. That's right.
last
Okay.
year. And I would say, it wasn't a very flattering cameo. Her character was kind of presented as like a drunk party girl. And I'm sure like looking at the trailer for Supergirl, it does seem like that is kind of the starting point for this character,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Dealing with some grief, maybe leaning into some destructive behavior. Hopefully, I'm hopeful that the movie will end on a redemptive note and it'll be that character's journey. But parents should know it's probably going to become starting off, and at least
Mhm.
enough of the movie is going to be in a place where you're going to be like, okay, this character maybe isn't. If you're thinking Supergirl is going to be like Superman, it's going to be a little bit different, I would say.
Right. You want to be like, yeah, straight role model right there. Like
Right.
it'll ease into it. The arc. There's an arc probably.
There's an arc.
Hopefully.
There's an arc. Yeah, just be prepared.
We've mentioned it a couple times, and this is, where you're working plugged in. For someone who doesn't know what that is, give them the info on plugged in.
For sure. Yeah. Pluggedin.com. It's a website. We're a small team that works within Focus on the Family, but we review all sorts of entertainment. We're talking movies, TV shows, video games, books, even YouTube channels, all sorts of stuff. We provide full, in-depth content reviews for all of those pieces of entertainment. It's less that we want to tell people what they should and shouldn't watch. We want to give people the information, individuals, parents, families. We want to give them the information so they can make the decision that is best for their family, because they know their family, they know their kids best.
Yeah.
So all of that is for free at pluggedin.com. We also talk a lot about technology, and have released a lot of resources to help parents kind of face today's tech challenges, like AI and some other things along those lines as well. So pluggedin.com, it's all there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brett, for your time. Appreciate you sharing the green flags, the caution flags, and where we could get more information. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you, Rajan.
You're welcome.